Hello! What a beautiful sunset. I want to make a video about something that is in front of our noses, but we don't always notice it, and not all of us anyway. This was brought to me by two comments that I noticed lately, and what a friend said to me. One comment was, well, we will never know if God exists or not. We can't prove it or disprove it. The second comment was, taking in mind the nature of God, we will never be able to prove it or disprove it. And I'm thinking, what nature of God? There is no nature of God that we know about. This is something that has been told us, and there is no physical evidence that, or any kind of evidence that can make us think about the nature of God, and then we can think, well, the nature of God is such that we can't prove it or disprove it. What my friend said was, we human beings are limited, so we can never know if other beings in other dimensions exist. Then I'm thinking, if we human beings are so limited that we cannot detect beings in other dimensions, why even assume that such beings exist? All these things have appeared in people's imagination, but anything can appear in people's imagination.
Satan.
And then I watched an old video, part of a debate between Craig and Dr. Shook. And because it was on the same topic.
Nature exists. If there's an argument against that, I haven't heard it. To argue that naturalism therefore is correct simply requires the additional view that none of the positive arguments for supernaturalism work. To declare that supernaturalism cannot be proven false is in itself not a positive argument for supernaturalism.
Now, Dr. Shook, from those two premises, that nature exists and that there is no bridge to a supernatural reality, do you really think that it follows that nature is all there is?
William Lane Craig says, the fact that you can't build bridges to the supernatural reality does not mean that it is not there. Well, let's think about that. No solid contractor with any respect for himself will start building a bridge if he doesn't have two solid bases on which he can build this bridge.
Naturalism is the view that there is nothing beyond the physical world, on your definition, and you admit you cannot prove that by reason, science, and experience.
You're manipulating words.
It is only a concept in the human mind. And because human imagination is rich, it's a flight of imagination.
I am Napoleon.
It does not mean that it reflects anything really existing in reality, even supernatural reality.
But has anybody offered in tonight's debate the claim that because you can't show supernaturalism to be false, therefore you should believe in supernaturalism? Who has argued that tonight?
Well, you claim that because you say that the absence of evidence does not mean evidence of absence. So you are stating that because naturalists cannot establish that there is any evidence for what you claim, you must be right.
I've given five positive arguments for supernaturalism, and we've not heard any positive arguments for naturalism. All you have said is that my arguments fail, but that doesn't serve to establish that the material world is the only reality there is. There could be something beyond it.
Naturalists don't even have any reason to think about a supernatural reality, because there is no trace of it, nothing to make us suspect that supernatural reality exists. Scientists justifiably suspect that there is dark energy because they notice the repulsive effect that drives the expansion of our universe. Scientists justifiably suspect the existence of dark matter because all the matter they observe in the universe cannot account for the gravitational effect that they observe. So these are things that scientists cannot see, notice or detect even through technology, but they have reason to suspect their existence because of the physical effects they notice in the universe. But about a supernatural reality, something beyond nature, we have no reason to suspect that such a thing exists. Why are we even then talking about a supernatural reality? Only because people like Craig, other theologians, priests, and people who wrote the Bible say such a thing exists. But they don't offer any physical effect, any trace for the existence of a God that naturalists can start investigating and then eventually prove or disprove his existence. It is only in those people's imagination. It is subjective. They, for whatever reason, have decided that such a supernatural being exists, and they have embellished him with certain characteristics, which are typically human characteristics, by the way, and they demand that other people believe what they believe. But there is no objective reason for doing that, only their subjective assertions. And there is another thing, that it is in their interest that they make people believe in what they say, because they make their living on it.
Well, by what logical rule of inference does that follow? It seems to me that from those two premises, all that follows is we don't know if there is something beyond nature.
There could be something beyond it, and I've already told you it might be more nature.
That is excellent. When science investigates things that are mysterious, it only discovers more nature.
That's a self-contradiction, friends. Those who say that there may be more nature beyond it, it's still nature. That doesn't say there is something beyond nature.
Well, you said it well, Dr. Craig. To me, the result of this debate is a win for naturalism. Bye.